Hey James, how you doing?
Lekker and you.
Good, thanks.
Excellent. How's it, Inga?
How's it, James?
I'm lekker, man. Hey, Bruce.
Good yourself.
I'm well, man. I always say if the sun is shining in Cape Town, it's a good day. But the sun's not shining, but it's not raining either.
It was raining by us earlier.
How's it? How's
Pouring.
it
Guys,
not tobacco, how's it? See the lips moving, but there's no sound.
it's like the voices in my head.
It's just like the voices in my head. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. How's it, Dylan?
How's it?
Lekker, man.
It's
Adele?
good.
How you doing?
Good, thanks, and yourself, James.
Well, man. No complaints.
I hope everybody else is well as well.
So I must tell you, you must brace yourselves because you're probably going to hear like mass hysteria a little bit later on. So long story short, we are getting a puppy today. A little,
Ooh.
yeah, jeez, a Steffi. But
Oh,
it's worse because there's two that are coming. One is ours and one is somebody else's. So we babysit another dog every now and again. We house when they go overseas. So now they've decided they want another one. So the two are coming together today. So you're going to hear lots of excitement and barking and what have you when everybody arrives. The entourage has gone to the airport to fetch them. So when you hear craziness, you know the dogs have arrived.
James, you look nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. The other people are nervous. I'm fine. But yeah.
James, just share her name.
Linda. Yeah, you know where that comes from. If you watch, there's a little, and if you haven't seen it, just do yourself a favor, go into YouTube and then just type in "Listen, Linda." So there's this little pipsqueak. I don't know, it must be 3 or something or 4. I don't know.
He's about 5.
Yeah, he's 5, and he's chirping his mom like whose name is Linda. And he tells her what for, and he says, "Listen, Linda." And then at one stage he says to her, "Honey, Linda, honey." And she's trying to admonish him, and he's just like defending him, and he's defending his butt. But it's very funny. So this other dog we got, the kid's name you say Snoopy using. So he's also all over the show. So every now and again I grab him and I say, "Hey, listen, Linda," because you know what staffies are like. So then what happened was we eventually decided we're going to get a staffy, but it was initially going to be a male. So I piped up. They said, "Well, what do you want to call it?" So I said, "No, we'll call it Linda." I got banned from the naming committee for that suggestion. I got thrown off the committee. I was not welcome on the committee. Then we thought, hang on a second, this isn't going to work because when Snoopy comes, then you're going to have 2 males. That's going to be a problem. So then we changed it to a female. And then I said a big smile on my face. And so they all tried not to, but I'd already planted the Trojan horse in their brains. It's registered. It's Linda. Linda is coming now. And I'm going to say, "Listen, Linda." That's what's going to happen.
They're not going to listen.
I know. That's why it's going to be "Listen, Linda."
It might choose to listen for a while, but no guarantee.
No, they don't listen. Staffies have a
Steffi's boo.
total personality of their own. They have no ears. I know out of experience.
Yeah, anyway. All right. Looks like we're a small group today. All good. Let me dive in and show you what's what. All right, move us across there. Just to get this all going. Now I can see everybody. Okay, so today we are going to talk about credibility builders, which is quite a cool topic and something that we all need in the marketing space. So just before we do that, let's just do a quick recap. So we picked our niche, right? That group of people with a similar set of characteristics that our product or service is the best solution for them. Then we've got our magic message, which is essentially our LinkedIn headline, where we're just basically telling people that listen, this is the problem that we can solve for you. If we lucky enough, we can put in a time frame and eliminate an objection. And we looked at our banner and our profile pick, and most of us have done quite well in that space. In week 4, we started to look at the about section, and we started off with getting them to click this little see more button. So we spoke about creating a hook and a value prop for that. Then we moved on to the why story, which really gives people a little bit more insight into us and why we do what we do. Last week, we looked at the expanded value prop, which we'll talk a little bit about now today. And then, of course, we get back to our template. And so we've obviously been through the first 4. And today we're going to get to credibility builders. Okay, so before, hang on, I now need to, I've lost my controls. Hang on a second. Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about value props. Let's see what you guys have managed to do homework wise, and let's talk about that. So, Inga, you're first on my screen, so you're up. So luck of the draw.
Can you share, please, Mr. Host?
Oh right, yeah. Let's do that. Let's try that, shall we? Okay, try again.
Yeah. Cool. So I think as I'm writing the value prop, obviously now the about section is working out better, and the magic message is starting to kind of create. I've also had some kind of big changes happen. So this might all be shut and I have to start again, but this is where we are. So magic message about, I want to try and keep people hooked by saying, saying I've had to step in with clients reeling from Pro Property Investments. They were sold a pipe dream, ended up in real financial stress, with the impact weighing heavily on their families and health. The frustration, disillusionment was real, and I've decided there was time to do things differently. So why I do it? Property's been a part of my life since I walked into my first architecture class back in 1999. After a successful career in architecture across South Africa and Dubai, I was headhunted in 2012 by a major property investment firm to manage a portfolio of commercial, retail, and residential properties. Sure. Long sentence. I think you wanted more. You wanted more last week, so I wrote more. I was thrown into the deep end, had to learn fast, analyze finances, forecasting, managing budgets, managing complex operational projects, but most importantly, building strong relationships with clients, tenants, and service providers. I delivered results that mattered, achieving less than a 1% vacancy and driving consistent growth year after year. While the numbers were impressive, it was the human connection that truly lit me up. By 2021, I felt the pull to make a bigger impact. I stepped back from corporate world and turned my focus to property investment. As an investor myself, I know the incredible rewards property can bring when it's done right, and I made it my mission to guide my clients towards these opportunities. For me, this isn't about the hard sell. It's about doing what's right. I believe in relationships, in building relationships that go beyond the transaction, grounded in trust, open communication, and a shared commitment to your success. What makes me different? I work with individuals who want to build wealth through property, but feel unsure about navigating the market or making the right decisions. My client ranges from first-time investors looking to start their journey to seasoned investors wanting to expand their portfolios. My clients will never experience any of these. Flashy marketing and broken promises, underwhelming returns, hidden or unexpected costs, and an emotional financial toll. How I help. We meet and talk over a coffee or on Zoom. I need to understand your goals, your financial position, and your investment experience. From there, I put together a plan with potential properties that meet your specific needs. I handle the details with the assistance of my vetted and trusted network of experts, sourcing, negotiating, bank financing, forming of companies and trusts, legal advice and project management, while keeping the process clear and manageable. Most importantly, I build those relationships founded on trust and communication, offering ongoing support to ensure my clients feel confident and supported throughout their entire investment journey.
Wow, what a massive step up. Well done. That's excellent. Does everybody know what Inga does? I'm asking you the question. I mean, in all honesty, like, you see what happens when you dig deep and you write like a really good story. It's like nobody will be confused anymore or remember. Yeah, well done. Do you happen to know? Can you check how many characters that is?
Probably more than it should be, but
No, that's fine.
Just click by words.
Yeah,
at the
no.
Bottom left there.
Oh,
But bottom left it says there, page
One-
of yard. Click there. Yeah.
1,329.
No,
Yeah,
click on
click
it.
that.
Okay.
There should
I'm
be a pop.
clicking.
All right.
Okay.
So
Whoa.
wow.
8,000 word spaces.
All
Yeah.
right. So you got a few too many, but that's
A little
okay.
bit.
But that's okay. The
I can
point
refine.
is
Yeah.
point is you're gonna find, and the other thing is that you how long is this document? That can't be 8,000 characters that you.
Oh,
but
sorry,
that's
guys.
the
No,
whole document. That's the whole document. It's not just that section.
no, it's not. It's not.
You must highlight that section and then check again.
Right. No, we don't want all your cock. We just want your masterpiece.
Sorry, the cuck has been there. Yeah, it's about 2,900.
Right. You're close. You close.
Mm.
Also, you don't know it yet because we haven't got there, but some of this could potentially go over to the experience section as you see. So
Yeah.
so scroll up a little bit. So just get rid of that box and then scroll up to the second subhead. Yeah, just there. Well, what makes a difference? See how much of that you can get in. Okay.
Do I need to do? Oh, do I need to take out the spaces here?
No, don't do anything. I just want you to scroll up so that we can see the text starting from what makes me different. I'll just get as much text on the screen as we can. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what you guys will start to notice, even now, right? Yeah, let me mute Marion there. What you guys will notice, and deal, is that as you start to write the story, right, and as you get into it and you really start to express yourself, a lot of these other things that we are doing. So hang on a sec. I'm just going to take the screen back from you for a sec. I'm going to ask you to share in a minute. I just want to illustrate the point here. So when you look at this template, right, numbers 1 and 2 will typically stay the same, and number 7. So they'll stay the same in the same order. The rest of this is quite fluid. Okay. I'm just giving it to you in bite-sized chunks because it's easy to get our heads around it. And remember, part of this is that we get to share with each other, and as we do this, we're getting to know each other. Like that's a big part of this journey. But you'll see at the end of the day, when you come up with your final product, like these 4 pieces, they could actually just be this one story. Right? You're gonna see that a lot. So you're writing the story now. What's happening is you guys are starting to write it from the heart. You can see the passion. You can see the fulfillment. I can see you guys are now really thinking about this, and now the application is coming through. So you might answer literally all 4 of these just in the story. So it's not like you actually have to go and grab this box, this box, this box. Okay. But what you've done, the bit that you've got on the screen that I'm going to give back to you in a second, is essentially this piece. But what you've done is you've incorporated in the story. Okay. So it's a very long-winded way of saying to you, it doesn't really matter how you do this. There's no right way, wrong way. I've just found that as long as somehow you get this stuff onto your profile, that tends to tick most of the boxes that people need. Firstly, to accept your connection request. Secondly, to start thinking, okay, I kind of like this person. And then thirdly, if in fact they need what you're selling, to actually reach out and to book that consultation call with you. Okay, so let me give that back. And if you can share again, let's then go and dive in and have a look. Okay, so even though she's, and we'll talk about formatting a little bit later on, right? So she's given you the headline, what makes me different, and how I help. But actually what she's doing there is letting people know in a little bit more detail about what she does. She's just done it in a story and a narrative, right? So I work with individuals who want to build wealth through property, but feel unsure about navigating the market or making the right decisions, right? So she's calling out a target market. That's kind of clear. My clients range from first-time investors looking to start their journey to seasoned investors wanting to expand their profiles. In fact, to be honest with you, if you copied and pasted this into the experience section, it would also be perfect. And we may still, but for now, let's just stick here. My clients will never. So these are things that are not going to happen. So if you're one of these people, right, and you have come and you have landed Inga's profile and you're reading it, like she's actually answering the questions that you might have. Is this for me? What does it entail? What are the things we'll do? But I've got a couple of objections. Oh, don't you worry, because these objections will never happen to you. So you see what's happening, even though it's in the story. But if she hadn't written the story, this would be her extended value proposition. And then she makes it real clear how I help. She takes you through the system, right? So, and you'll see this a little bit later on. For some of us, where we've got like an obvious basket of products. So an accountant is fairly obvious, you know, financial advisor. They have one particular product. Inga, not so. So what she's doing is she's not saying, well, here's the product. She's saying, here's the process, right? So people get buy-in and say, okay, if I work with her, this is kind of the result. Yes, I kind of like that process. That works for me, right? So it's giving people a really, really good insight right up front to know whether they must book that call with her or not. You see how strong this is? It's so different to the normal shit that people just copy and paste onto a profile. So well freaking done. You are very close on this now. You are very, very close. So congratulations. Well done.
I broke through the wall. I broke it down.
You smashed the wall with like a 16-foot bulldozer. you crushed it. Absolutely.
Thanks,
All right.
James.
So good job. All right. Dylan, you're up. You need to unmute, then you can be up.
My husband's just on a call at the moment, so he's got a very booming voice. So maybe if you can come back to me in a while.
Yeah, we'll come back to you. All right. Editor, you're up.
Okay, I'm here.
How's
I'm
it?
ready. Yes, let's go right now to my LinkedIn because I'm making everything directly where it's supposed to be.
All right, good on you.
Trying to already measure what is happening. Something is happening. Give me a second. Oh yeah, I'm here. Sharing screen. Wow. How to share the screen again? Oh yeah, I'm here. Sharing. Yeah. Sharing this one.
Coming.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God, I'm sorry.
Hang on a second. I just want to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right.
Oh yeah, it's here. So let me read because yeah, I was playing a little bit with that, also trying to squeeze my story into the amount of characters that is needed.
Don't worry about that now, because when we get through all the pieces, then we'll pull it all together. So don't stress about trying to get it in now.
Edit intro. Right now I don't have it. Yeah, hello.
Why don't you
I cannot find myself. Maybe let's skip to somebody else, and in the meantime, I'm.
No. Just close that. Just close that, and then scroll down to your about section. Click. No. Don't even. Oh, all right. But don't do that. Get off there. Close that.
Yeah.
All right. And then just click the see more button. It says ... see more. Just click that. Then we see it on LinkedIn proper. No, where you were. By the about section. By the pencil, just below the pencil.
Yes, see more.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
So I was playing, squeezing, and should I read it from the beginning?
No. Should you? No. And the only reason I'm saying no is I think we're going to be stretched for time if we do. I just want to get into the value proposition piece. So which is your extended.
Why I chose my niche, focusing on the beauty and HoReCa industries, was a natural fit. My editorial background provided an insider's view of these sectors, while my financial expertise help me grasp the unique challenges. This blend allows me to offer precise strategic support, making me a trusted advisor in these industries. Why work with me? Selling a business raises critical questions. How do you market it discreetly without alarming clients or staff? What is the best strategy to set an attractive selling price? How do you present your business to maximize value during negotiations? How do you identify a business that offers the most return of investment? I tailor my approach to address these issues heads-on, ensuring your business gets the attention and the price it deserves. Ready to make a move? Let's connect and turn your business goals into reality.
Yeah, that's good.
Actually, it's pretty short, but it actually works with what I wrote at the top. So, because I believe that people right now don't have a time to read too many stories, too long descriptions, and we also are limited with 2,900 characters. So that's why I just decided just to make it this sharp and quick. I'm not sure.
So this thing with people and short attention spans, if you write good copy, people will read it. There's still a little bit of fallacy. It's too long, they won't read it. They will, but it's got to be good. You can't write rubbish. I'm not saying don't write short. If you can write short, why say in lots of words what you can say in a few. But if you sort of take the story approach and you expand your story out, sometimes you'll find that you kind of need those extra characters. If you're taking a view, if you look at the 7-step template I've given you and you sort of follow that to the letter, which is perfectly fine, right? Then you might actually have something shorter, because if you don't have more to say, then like, why fill the space? But if you've got more to say and you need the space, then fill it. So it looks like you're getting quite concise. That's pretty good.
The only thing that I think I was feeling to add, and I know that I was playing with it and I'm not sure why I didn't add it at the end of the day, is a couple of words about Aldus as a company itself, because Aldus was established in 1979, so it's one of the oldest brokerage company in South Africa. The second is that we have like over 60,000 clients already in our database, so I believe that this could be a part that I should maybe add to it.
I agree. So
database. Yeah.
But wait for today's session and then you can add that.
Okay.
but you're right, actually. You'll see, like you'll start to see that the sections are starting to overlap. Today will be the last sort of major section, and then next week we'll sort of tie it with all the bits and pieces. So today's like the last big missing piece. A lot of you already covered it, unbeknownst to you, because all you've done is you've sat down and you've written the right story that's come out of your head. When you do that, funny enough, like as you see, it just tends to work. Now you're sitting and you're thinking. That was a great critical question, because it's like, okay, is that something people want to know? Yes, it is. Remember that what this is trying to do for you, this extended value prop, is to answer the questions, right, that your potential clients might have when they quote unquote reading the sales page of yours when you're not there to answer. So yeah, good job. I see you guys are all on the right track. So well done on that.
That's why I just pointed out exactly these 4 points, because I know this is the biggest concern of our clients.
Brilliant.
Yeah, how to get the best and the best selling price, how to assess the business, also how to market it without alarming clients. This is another thing, because they just don't want to walk around and say like, listen, I'm just selling my business, because if, for example, it's Airbnb or like a hotel or something like this, they don't want that.
Yeah. Editor, I'm going to have to end you there, otherwise everyone else won't get through, but good job. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, great. Perfect. All right. Thank you. Kelvin, can we come back to you, or are we still? Just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. No, thumbs down. All right, Crystal, how's it? You got to step into the breach.
Hi, sorry everyone that I've joined late. Was in a meeting. Let me
We're talking about extended value propositions. That was
Yes.
the stuff we did last week.
So I kept mine very short. I'm not sure if I answered all the questions. So my extended value prop says why clients choose us. 99% task. I kept it bullet points, by the way.
Yeah, can you
Would
share
you
with
like-
us?
Yes.
Share screen. It's always easier when people can see.
Right. Can you see?
Yes, we can.
So this is my extended value prop section.
Alright.
So it's just that particular part. I don't know if it's answering all the questions. So as you can see is why do clients choose us? 90% task completion accuracy, average 4 hours response time, dedicated VA, match to your business needs. It's only me, unfortunately. Flexible scaling.
But you're dedicated, right?
Yes.
And flexible.
But I will be more than one soon, I hope. Then the next bit is flexible scaling for support hours, and then strict confidentiality protocols. So I'm not sure if I answered all the questions. Please help.
I think you've answered a lot of key questions. Really, it's really a case of you sort of sitting back and saying to yourself, have I answered all the questions that people are likely to ask if they were sitting face to face? You know, because this is our challenge. When we sit face to face, we can answer anything, and we can judge when people's body language is a bit off, or when the eyebrow raises, or they then you can answer it. Here you can't. So you have to anticipate those issues up front. And so you just want to put the main stuff down, because you obviously only got X amount of space, but you want them to get to the end of this and say, okay, I get what this is. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I want that. I'm in. So I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything. I think you've answered a bunch of the really key questions there.
Next thing you need to offer, something I'm going to just plant a seed, sales training. I need it.
Okay, we'll talk to you about sales training. Okay, we'll help you with that. It's easier than you think. Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
cool.
Cool. All right. Well done. So you see, like she's just done like really simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. All you guys are doing is you're just taking like the relevant bits and pieces, and you just, it's like a puzzle. You're just putting your profile together. So literally, when you build it, you'd build it like we're building it now, and then at the end, you'd sort of say, okay, now let's put all the pieces together, and then you can shuffle them around if you need to, and end up with the right piece. So yeah, all good. That works. Marion, you're up.
Yeah, I've redone everything, so
All right.
go find the right screen. I think this is it. Yeah. Now, can I? Do I have to scroll on my screen to make it go up?
You do.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to do it in the wrong place. So
Yeah.
redone the banner and my
Okay. Very good.
heading.
Nice. Baggage. Okay, cool. All right, read it to us.
95% of your thinking is subconscious. So your conscious thinking is only 5% of your capacity. What if the key to your
Cool.
best life is not what you do, but what you think? Are you ready to transform your mind, your life?
So sorry, that is such a great hook. Like, who's not going to read that? Seriously, anybody here not going to read that? Who's not clicking on the see more button now? That's great. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just wanted to say I love that hook.
Are you ready to transform your mind, your life, and your business by changing your thought patterns so you can reach your goals and have a vibrant and fulfilling life as you make your dream goals come real? Harness your subconscious mind by reprogramming self-doubt into self-confidence and releasing the emotional baggage it stores. I will give you new insights into yourself and your ability to achieve the results you desire. You will discover your strengths, Release limiting thought patterns and habits and create new ones that support you and your objectives. As a child, I early learned that being invisible kept me safe from criticism that left me feeling insignificant and not good enough. I developed a pattern of playing small, although I knew I could do so much more. In adulthood, I started on a journey of exploring the real me and what contribution I can make to improve the lives of others. Letting go of my fears and becoming visible has opened up a whole new world that is fun, interesting, and keeps me growing as I live my dream of living my life my way. When you lose your mojo, feel stuck, know what you don't want, but not what you do want. The way out is to reconnect with the dream lurking in your heart, ditch your doubts, reignite your inner fire, and start living true to yourself. This is not easy to do on your own. I have the training, experience, and knowledge to help you become comfortable being true to yourself so you can make your dream your reality. And then it goes into this, I think,
this
stuff
is
that's probably not relevant to today.
No, it is. I think that's exactly relevant to today.
What when you work with me, you'll get for your business clear direction, personal confidence, focus on priorities and long-term vision, strategic decision-making based on values, purpose, and vision, motivational values, defined purpose, inspiring vision, strong brand identity. And in your personal life, motivated, enthusiastic, live a meaningful life, positively impact the lives of others, deep personal satisfaction, ability to achieve goals, clear vision for the future, resilience in tough times. And let's talk over coffee. And then my experience.
Okay. All right. Experience we'll put somewhere else, but all good. So a couple of things in terms of the way that that you've done this. Stop there. So the hook's great, right? And then kind of your value proposition statement. So 95% blah blah. Are you ready to transform your mind? Sorry, your life and your business, etc. I think that transition is too quick. So what I would do is, as you scroll down, no, sorry, don't scroll. Your last paragraph. No, sorry, the second last. So as a child,
my story bit.
I would push that up. Yeah,
I debated on that, but I wasn't,
because it's too stark. It's like you come in strong and then and then I'm excited and then you hit me with like marketing, or you hit me, kind of is like that's what I do, and then you go into story and then you hit me more. It's like, no, take me gently. So I think if you make that small change, I think that's going to read a lot better.
If you want, so the story must become the second paragraph?
No, the third paragraph.
Third paragraph.
Yeah. Okay. And because the rest of it is business. So you start off with this with a little, and it's not long involved introduction, but that story holds or plays quite nicely off your first two paragraphs. Okay. Then I think it flows really nicely. So a lot of the stuff that we were looking at now, there's a lot of kind of the what I do. Some of that we might, and you'll choose this in a few weeks' time. You don't need to make any decisions now about anything. You might move some of that into the experience section when you see what I do there. You might also, because I do think you'll have the opportunity, especially if you do move some stuff out. I think you might have the opportunity to expand the story, because I don't know that much about the backstory. I can see there's a little bit there, there's a bit about the child, but there might be more. There might not, and that might be all you want to tell, and that's perfectly fine. But I think if there's a bit more, you might be able to add a little bit of power to that. But otherwise, otherwise great.
I was constrained by the length of the thing. So if I move some stuff, that'll work.
What I would say is don't worry about the constraints for now. In fact, do everything on a Word document till we're ready.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to be a super achiever, sure, update, but that I'm not too worried about that, because it's only once we've finished all 7 sections that you'll know how many, the gist of what you've got, and then we worry about characters, and I'll show you a really super cool way to sort that out. You will love it, I promise. I won't spoil the fun for you now, but we'll show you how to do that. And then sort of so scroll down a little bit. So you've already started to sort of tell them what you do. So you can see in terms of quote unquote extended value proposition, just all of that stuff is there. That's all answering the questions. That's what I get. You know, from a personal perspective, a business perspective, I think you've answered a lot. In terms of the questions people might have. The why story is giving you a little bit of a why. So yeah, I think it all leads quite nicely. All right, good stuff. You guys are doing well, man. Like you're different people to the ones that started here. Let's see, Andre. You're next.
Right. James, my problem is I've got a lot of stuff. So I think you must help me cut out here. Okay, so last time we fixed the banner.
Yeah.
That's now fixed, and there's small changes that we made in this part that you recommended. Why we do it, we've done that last time. And if I go through the questions, the question is describe who you help. I help C-suite leaders, senior management teams, HR professionals, and business leaders in medium to large organizations who are navigating rapid changes in workplace dynamics. My focus is on organizations experiencing challenges with leadership alignment, team collaboration, and individual performance due to evolving cultural, economic, and operational landscapes.
Yeah, that's very good.
Okay.
You've tightened that up a lot, and now it's starting to be congruent with everything else. Now it makes sense.
I'm not sure if this is too much detail. Helping detail, senior executives, team leaders, HR professionals. There's more definitions around that. I'm not sure if this should be here or I should take it out.
Don't take anything out at the moment, because
Okay.
What I've sort of done is I've given you a little bit of a precursor just to get you thinking. You'll see, and this goes for all of you, right? Don't stress if you think, oh my God, I'm running out of space. I'd like more stuff to say, because quite a bit of this we can pivot over to the experience section, as you'll see in a week or two's time. So the more the better, because also remember, this is for you also, because this forced you into some clarity. You don't have to force your own clarity into 2,600 characters. Your clarity might be 4,000 characters, but yet you now have much better clarity than before. And then depending on the circumstance that we're using it, you will then you will tailor that clarity, whether it's message sequencing or emails or whatever it is that you're sending. So I think you're doing exactly the right thing. Rather put down what you think it is, and we'll cull later.
Okay.
So yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, next question. The three biggest things your target market struggles with: cultural and generational diversity. This is a big thing in organizations at this point. Adapting leadership styles to accommodate multiple generations and cultures within the workforce. Addressing misunderstandings and conflicts arising from different values and communication preferences. Leadership and team misalignment. Struggles with creating alignment in teams due to unclear boundaries or conflicting priorities. Difficulty identifying underlying factors, emotional behaviors that hinder performance. Meeting aggressive business goals. Balancing people development with achieving ambitious organizational goals. Ensuring leaders have the tools to inspire teams without burning them out.
I'm just listening to you read this. I remember, like, from the first time I spoke to you and you sent me stuff, I had no idea what you were doing, dude. I was like, fuck. There's like so much stuff here. It's quite clear now.
Okay.
Like I can see you've given this some thought. So you've taken something that was like a massive stuff, and it's down to something that you can present and somebody can get it. Because your stuff's quite complicated, right? It's not easy like
it's a difficult message to get across, because there's too many things here.
But you, I think you're very close. I think you've done an excellent job with it. Yeah.
And I think what is their biggest problem they want to solve? How to build emotionally intelligent leaders who can navigate complex interpersonal dynamics and drive organizational success. So what we found in the marketplace is there's a massive shift. If you look at the big organizations like Sanlam and those kind of guys, I mean, in the 90s, it was pale, male, white Afrikaners. Now it's a multicultural environment, and it's causing major conflict in that in those organizations.
Sure.
Creating high-performing aligned teams that embrace diversity, bridging the gap between individual strengths and organizational objectives to maximize ROI. Well, everybody wants ROI. You speak to anybody, how are you going to improve my ROI?
Yeah.
What you do is I specialize in helping organizations unlock their full potential by combining Intermetrics advanced profiling with emotional intelligence development to improve leadership, enhance teamwork, and drive business success. And then I just, give a bit more detail on what that is. How do you deliver your product and service? Initial discovery and consultation, in-depth consultation to identify organizational needs, key challenges, and desired outcomes. Advanced profiling and assessment, utilizing Intermetrics profiling tools to deliver a detailed analysis of individuals and teams. Customized training interventions, ongoing support. And then I talk about the outcomes that the organizations normally want from the interventions. It's very long.
Yeah. So
a lot of detail.
It's a lot of detail. It's long for this, and that's fine. Because what you'll see is a lot of this will actually go into experience section. In fact, your experience section is actually written, pretty much. Actually, believe it or not, from what you've got here. But yeah, good job. It will need a little bit of refinement, but we'll do that at the end. But you've got a lot of good information. I do think that there's still a couple of techno babble that you understand that other people don't, that we need to simplify, and we'll do that on the next round, next time round. So I think that there can be a simplification of what's going on here, just to bring a lot more people onto your wavelength, right? Because you need to bring more more people in. But I think you've got a lot of the key ideas. I'll show you how to simplify that in 2 or 3 weeks time. Can't remember when it is, but we'll get there. All right, cool. Well done.
Thanks.
You've come an amazingly long way as well. It's like hectic. Sure, guys, we're gonna have to buckle, eh? And on Tobacco, you're the next buckler.
Hi, James.
How's it?
Yeah, good. Thanks to you.
Good, thanks. So I know you sent me something, and I looked at it, and then I forgot. I'll be completely honest. I'll get back to you on it.
All right. Well, no, I think it's best we deal with it now.
So, all right.
Because once I did that, I mean the nudge that you gave me the last time. Once I did that, all of a sudden I was like, I didn't see these dots connecting, and I'm still overwhelmed by the dots connecting. I didn't see them at all. And so first, I just needed to get past that. And secondly,
not to make sorry, can I also just hold 1 second? So this is dog people. 1 minute. How's that? No, I can. I need to present it to 20 people, but sure. If you can, that'll be great. Thanks. Appreciate it. And they wanted me to go and open the gate. I was like, no, I'm not that guy. Not today. All right. Sorry, Nontabeko.
Yeah, sure. So I thought also that part of the exercise of the expanded value proposition was being dealt with in the story now as it was flowing. So I just need to get past the section today, and then that would help me to go back to that part and refine it if there's still a need. So if you don't mind, then I'd like to share my screen dealing with that.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, my wife's story. Okay.
Okay, we can see it. Go.
Okay. So during my early years practicing as a conveyancing attorney, I interacted with many business owners who are acquiring businesses of commercial and residential properties for the first time. advice during financial challenges. Because the same individual was central to decision making, it became muddy as business and family financial interests became intertwined. The desire to find lasting solutions to these challenges started me on a journey with my MD start. However, life-changing personal circumstances redirected my path after my studies, leading me to a diverse and lengthy investment banking and finance career. This choice, however, remained rooted in my desire to deepen my understanding of business finance. A referral by a former investment banking colleague opened my first door into corporate governance. For over 20 years, I have served on boards in both the public and private sectors. A key challenge I've observed is the range of skills, knowledge, and experience levels that board members bring, which can impact the board's ability to guide the organization effectively. I focus on nurturing board members' talents, especially the less experienced ones, drawing from 4 decades of experience in law, banking, finance, and governance. I've seen executive and non-executive members thrive through this coaching support. This results in a significant impact on their engagement, participation, and the overall board culture. This approach transforms board environments into spaces for meaningful and productive discussions, leading to improved performance and at times even changing an organization's direction. It also creates or nurtures a board environment that is safe and inclusive and values diverse perspectives. This journey has brought me full circle in my search for answers, leading to the realization that the core issue is effective and proper governance for all businesses, big or small. I will help your organization grow and succeed, benefiting its investors, funders, and all other stakeholders.
Fantastic. Just check the character count for me on that, if you will.
How do I do that?
So bottom left, there's
Bottom
487 words. Just click on that.
Okay, I have you on that.
Oh, you have a zoom control in your way.
So, okay.
Okay, so you're a bit over, but that's okay. We'll tighten that up. Yeah. So like the last bit of this is perfect for today's exercise, and the rest of it starts to lead quite nicely. Like I think the story is flowing. There's a lot about you. It'll be interesting. We'll see in the final analysis if I suggest to you that maybe you tone the language down a little bit, but I also might not, depending on who you decide your target market is, because typically the target market, certainly as I perceive your target market, would probably relate quite well to this type of language. It's very lawyer-esque, if I may say, or attorney-esque, which might be fine. For the rest of us, I would definitely tone it down, and even sometimes when you're speaking at board level, it's better to bring it down a notch. I'll show you how to do that, so don't stress about it. It's just an observation I'm making, because obviously the easier things are to read, the better. The only real exception is when you're writing for a very specific audience. If that audience is technical like you are, then you can write technical stuff. That doesn't, because we don't really care about what anyone else thinks. But if it's a little bit broader, it's quite important to be quite inclusive. But I can see the train, the thought, everything. It makes sense. I think you've done a great job. You must also put a bit of effort into getting your mind around from where you started, because you had a lot of stuff. To be able to have done that and get the point. I like the way you've ended it. I think it's strong. So well done.
Thank you. All
right. Who's next? Adil, looks like you.
Okay, let me just share 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I know that I need to change the profile picture and the banner.
All right.
Magic message is there. Okay. So, James, I actually copied the headings from your LinkedIn profile and just put it into mine and then
All right.
built on it. All right. So then last week I said litigation, unfortunately, luxury. Leg or kidney. That's why I resolve legal disputes quickly. Both keep businesses compliant while eliminating the uncertainty of expensive legal fees. Why this matters: in a fast-paced business landscape, unresolved disputes and non-compliance are costly distractions. My experience has shown that proactive conflict resolution saves time and resources. Regulatory compliance avoids penalties and enhances reputation. Early legal support strengthens business resilience and relationships. How I help: my approach combines practical solutions and proactive legal guidance. Some of my services include dispute resolution from mediation to litigation. I help resolve conflicts swiftly and efficiently. Compliance advisory, guidance to ensure your business aligns with South African laws. Contract and policy reviews, drafting and refining documents to prevent further disputes. Other ways I help: workshops and webinars on dispute management and compliance, consulting customized for industry-specific legal needs, risk assessments to spot and mitigate potential legal issues early. My clients: I've supported clients from various industries, ranging from medical professionals to startups, helping them to stay compliant and resolve disputes. What my clients say: these are from my Google reviews. I don't think it's necessary for me to read all that out. And then at the end, get in touch. Securing your business's legal foundation starts with a proactive approach. For assistance with turning a legal woe into a legal win, let's connect.
All right. Cool. So scroll up just a bit. So you also nailed the brief. So just a bit more from why it matters, I think. So actually, from why it matters.
Yeah.
So from why it matters, right? How help and other ways help. That's the extended value prop, right? So why it matters. That's kind of the three big problems. Blah blah. How he helps. It's fairly clear. That's what I do, and there's some other stuff. So the first bit is this is the legal stuff. The other stuff is okay. We'll do some other stuff as well. It's not quite related, but it's there if you need it. So yeah, well done. I think that's nice and concise. By the way, guys, I will show you how to do all this formatting when we finished. Okay, so I'll show you how to get your profiles to look super sexy as well. Don't worry that there's no formatting editor in LinkedIn, and you're saying how the hell does that happen? I'll teach you all of that, so don't stress. But I'll teach you when we're done and when we get there. So all in good time. All right, well done. Cool, man.
Thank you.
Planita, you snuck by. Yeah, sorry, Adele, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I have to
That's
learn
cool.
CPD. I don't know if you remember what it is, James.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, say that again.
CPD.
Yeah, what about
CPD session?
Oh, all right.
Do you remember what those are?
Do I remember? I'm like that gives them, eh? I create the content. Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I wrote a longer why I do it. It's very long.
Wow, hey, that you stretched those accounting genes, eh?
Yeah, it's like, now it's like 700 words.
Oh, okay, all right. Tell us. No, now I want to know.
Oh my God. Okay, so in 2004, I faced my first major failure. I failed out of actuarial science. I was both devastated and relieved. I never failed anything before, but deep down I knew it wasn't right. Back then, being a business owner wasn't as celebrated as it is today, but I was fascinated by how businesses work. And during university holidays, I worked in a shoe shop and was captivated by the simple English system. That experience sparked my interest in business, and accounting felt like the next logical step. After 13 years in corporate, I had financial stability but felt extremely disconnected. I watched Kuminai's TED Talks on creating a sustainable future, and this inspired me to pursue business for good. This led me to give social entrepreneurship course, where I realized how foreign financial concepts were often explained to business owners, and I knew I wanted to change that. During COVID, During COVID, I left into entrepreneurship, starting as a business coach and later transitioning into virtual CFO services. Starting a business during the pandemic was tough, but I think it's taught me to meet business owners where they are. I want to simplify financial management and empower entrepreneurs to make smarter, data-driven decisions. I offer financial support that lays the foundation as well as drives growth. I help businesses build financially sustainable, purpose-driven businesses. So it's very long.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
we'll see at the end if it fits, but there's a lot more. I don't want to say personality because you're going to take that the wrong way, but personability, that's even a word, right? Which I always think is important, even if as accountants we're quite direct and to the point. It's just giving people a bit of an insight. And I like the fact that you started with a bit of vulnerability there, and then the vulnerability wasn't just because I'm vulnerable. It was like because I'm, there's a message there's the wrong fit, which like what you're basically saying is I'm in the right place. If I'm doing this, it's for the right reasons. So you see how a story says a lot of stuff without saying it. Like you can say it, it's like one thing, but when you have a story, then people fill in the gaps and they say it themselves, which is very powerful. All right, so
what's this personability that you're talking about, though? Is it not like written?
No, I'm saying it is now, whereas it wasn't before.
It is. Okay.
I'm saying you've achieved that now where you didn't before. Yeah, exactly. It's much different. Now I can say, okay, this is a real person I'm speaking to. It's not a machine. It's not an accounting machine. It's an accounting person.
Accounting machine.
It's an accounting machine. Yeah. All right. So tell us.
Okay.
Tell us why it matters and how.
Okay, so why this matters. After working with numerous startups and small businesses, I discovered that compliance with SARS and other legal bodies can be overwhelming, leaving business owners vulnerable to penalties. Many have trouble managing cash flow, which causes a lot of stress. Not knowing how to use financial numbers means missing out on growth opportunities. How I help services to set strong foundations and support you from the startup to grow. And then I list out all the services here. So like your foundations, your accounting services, blah, blah. And then extra support, which is like cash flow management accounts, budgeting strategy, financial coaching, business plans.
So see what's fine there, and it's just for the rest of you also, is that's quite high level, right? So she's not gone into major detail there, and that's fine because the detail will go into the experience section. And if you stressed for space here, right? Like maybe you bring the story in and you make a couple of other changes before this whole thing is over. This piece can easily go into the experience section, as you'll see. So we've got a little bit of flexibility to play with. But
so then you can say like foundations, and then just to lay the foundation, for example, and then give 2 examples, and then bring the rest of it to the experience section.
Yeah, so the experience section will typically be a lot more of the detail than this. You'll see when we get there. So typically the about section is kind of that sales page, and it is building the profile of who you are. I'm actually a big fan, to be honest, of using more of the story in the profile than not. And then when you get to the experience section, that's more of the nuts and bolts. Then you can go mad and you can just dump everything that you do, because it makes sense when we get there, which I'll explain to you. But yeah, it's it's flowing nicely. Yeah, I like your effort at the story. We must try in the final version to include that. I think it lifts your profile.
It was much longer.
Yeah.
That's the shortened version.
Well, that's no, that's fine. Even the longer version, when I show you later how to tweak it, you might use the longer version, because you know what happens is it's very frustrating. I have to be honest with this process, because we write our stories and then, like, you wrote the longer version, right? The longer version was this what you wanted to say, and now LinkedIn is restricting us. So it's like, how do we do it? So sometimes it's very frustrating, and sometimes there's one or two things we just can't say because we don't have space. And sometimes we have to let them go, but there'll be other places for you to use that story. So don't throw it away just yet, right? I'll talk to you in due course what to do with it.
It's going on my website.
So there you go. That's one thing it's going to do. Yeah, 100%. All right. Well done. Good effort. Thank you very much. Bruce.
Hi.
How's it?
I need to close some of my tabs. So
you're the man of many tabs. You're a kindred spirit. Many tabs and oh, good, Andre. Many tabs and just a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Right. Hopefully you can see that.
You can.
Cool. No, I can see it. Right. Okay. Right. So obviously that's my magic message. Not sure if I should put that in as my first point, but it's there at the moment. Yeah, my career, changed jobs every couple of years because I got bored with the places I was at. Got into affordable housing. I've been doing it for 12 years now. Helping businesses raise their finance for affordable housing. I'm doing it independently now. Why? Because if you're working in a financial institution, you can only help with their products. You also have their speed. Independently, you can go get competition, and financial institutions will be competing for the business.
That's cool.
Makes it nice. I can also put in systems for clients because I'm a fractional CFO, making sure that their projects are successful. And this way, I make sure my clients get the products they need when they need them. My experience in the sector positions me well to know exactly what their needs are and which funders to approach for what types of funding. And that's how I can help. And because I'm a chartered accountant who will be working in the organization a lot of the time, I can give funders confidence that they are able to deliver, that the company is able to deliver.
Just go back. Yeah, your first point's strong. I think 100%. You might as well lead with that when it comes to not necessarily you know, well, you've told the story. Yeah, actually, that is the right place, and then everything else sort of backs it up. You might make a band more of a song and dance of the fact that you know, you'll be part of the team. I think you kind of have at the bottom, but I think that's important. So you know, in terms of A, getting the funding, and then, you know, B, taking them through the whole process from A to Z. I know in a different forum we've spoken a little bit about some of the other issues that go on. We'll decide whether we put that in the experience section or otherwise. But yeah, it's flowing quite nicely. But it might be in the experience section where we really give them that big insight, and this may well be enough, but certainly when you get there. But yeah, starting to pull it together. It's very congruent now. It's flowing nicely.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, let's have a look here. William and Melissa, I know you guys, I don't think either of you were here last week. Did you watch replays? Or are you ready?
I wasn't here, Jim, but we can go over my profile. If that's fine.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah, let me just share here quick. Sorry, I left my webcam at the office.
That's right.
Okay. So pretty much, I'm just going to go through the 3 sections here that I edited.
Can you make that bigger?
Yeah, sure. Give us a sec.
That would be for the blind ones amongst us.
Is that better?
One more.
Sorry, I'm on an ultra wide monitor here, but obviously it's a bit different.
All right, there we go. We're good now. Well, I am anyway. Yeah. I'll speak for the rest of you. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so pretty much amid South Africa's political uncertainty and the rand's volatility, safeguarding wealth has never been more critical. As an offshore wealth manager with a deep passion for economics, I help South Africans navigate the complexities of global investment opportunities. By diversifying portfolios into hard currency, I empower clients to protect their wealth and mitigate risks tied to the country's economic instability. My key areas of expertise are offshore wealth management, currency hedging strategies, investment advisory, portfolio diversification, and economic analysis. And then how I do what I do. So I wasn't too good. I actually popped this one into ChatGPT and gave me this output, which I thought was all right.
Yeah.
So I specialize in helping clients secure their wealth through investments in tax-neutral jurisdictions, such as the Isle of Man and Mauritius, leveraging the benefits of these stable financial environments. By focusing on hard currencies like USD, pound, and euro, I provide a robust hedge against local currency volatility. Additionally, I assist clients in opening bank accounts, offering unparalleled security and discretion. As an independent advisor, I'm not tied to any specific products or institutions, allowing me to create bespoke portfolios tailored to each client's unique needs, goals, and risk tolerance. This personalized approach ensures that every strategy is aligned with achieving long-term financial stability and growth. Let's connect to explore how I can help you unlock new opportunities and maximize your investment potential in today's global economy.
Yeah, so good. And everything's tied to, and I think your key areas of expertise and how I do what I do, I think nails the brief quite well in terms of the questions people might have. Like, they kind of know what you do. So yeah, I think it's a lot clearer than it was. So good. It's coming.
Cool. Thank you.
Man. All right. Melissa, are you good to go, or are we gonna pass you by till next week?
I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what I like. Hit it. Take it away.
Share. All right. Do you see my screen?
We can.
All right, short. So I worked on the banner. Did that. I pushed the Liberty logo to the side. Tried not to cover it, and yeah. So I still have that. I already have the book appointment tabs and stuff.
Okay.
But I think you are mostly interested in this. Okay. So do I need to zoom in, or is that good enough for you guys?
Yeah, zoom for the blindies. It's fine.
Are we good?
Yeah,
Hey, I think that's a bit too much.
Wow,
Okay.
that was like super. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Okay. Is that fine?
That's it's perfect. Yeah, thanks.
Right. So I said, as a young professional, you often lack financial education, leading to impulsive spending, unwise investments, and debt accumulation. That's why today I help professionals, young and old, learn more about financial literacy and maximize their financial potential. I then continue to say, unlock your financial future with expert guidance. How I can help you. As a financial advisor, I leverage LinkedIn to provide you with valuable insights and tailored financial strategies that align with your unique goals and aspirations. My mission is to empower you to make informed financial decisions through, and I put numbers on it. One, personalized financial planning. I take time to understand your individual circumstances, creating customized financial plans that address your short-term needs and long-term objectives. Just to explain why I did it like this again, right? So I know that most clients, or the clients that I've come across, they are mostly concerned about how exactly are you different from another advisor. And I also try to kind of address the concern of, will you just sell me one product and then you're out of my life, kind of thing. Yeah, so just on point number 2, expert industry insights by staying abreast of market trends and economic shifts. I offer timely advice to help you navigate the complexities of investing and wealth management. My number 3, building trust and transparency through regular updates and educational content on LinkedIn. I do that already. I think I post like once a week. So that. Where am I? Okay. I foster an open dialogue about your financial journey, ensuring you feel confident and informed every step of the way. And then network development, I connect you with a wider community of professionals, resources, and potential partners, giving you access to opportunities that can enhance your financial growth. Long-term relationships, my commitment goes beyond transactions. I aim to build a lasting relationship with you, focused on your financial well-being and success throughout life's stages. And then I said, join me on LinkedIn to start the conversation and take the first step towards achieving financial independence and security. Let's turn your financial ambitions into reality. If you're serious about taking control of your finances, got the inbox me. I've got my email address there and contact info.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's flowing nicely. I like what you've done. Today's brief is essentially your numbered list, which is good. Before I move on, I go back to your opening. I need to just help you with something there. So you're about a lesson for everybody, right? As a young professional, you often lack financial education, leading an impulsive spending, unwise investments, and debt accumulation. That's not true of everyone, right? If I'm reading that, like my first reaction is very bad. It's like, who the F are you to tell me? How you judge me? So I'm playing devil's advocate now, right? I'm giving you constructive criticism. So whenever we're talking to people as a group, right? If we're saying something negative, we never call them out. All right. You might say something like most professionals or statistics show that most professionals do that. That's not saying that you do it, right? So you so when we praise somebody, then we say you. When we criticize, then it's general, so that it's never them. So that's just a little bit too punchy. Just tweak that so that nobody can be offended by the truth. It's weird that you say that, but like that's how it is. Okay, that's the only change I would make. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Well done, guys. These yaks are coming along like amazing here. Delvin, has been stopped talking yet?
Yeah, I think I have the floor at the moment.
All right, do it.
Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay.
No.
Okay. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Value proposition for small service business owners. Who I help. I work with small service business owners who are currently managing finances manually, often without any accounting software. They are typically overwhelmed with invoice tasks and lack the real-time financial insights that I can help them make informed, growth-orientated decisions. Sorry, the aeroplanes have been coming over this afternoon. I think this is about the 20th one, and normally it's not like this. So I'm actually wondering if we're supposed to be evacuating somewhere. Okay. Top challenges my clients face. Client invoicing follow-up, staying on top of payments and maintaining healthy cash flow. Supplier invoice tracking, ensuring every expense is recorded and suppliers are paid accurately and on time. Access to financial data, struggling to get accurate, accessible data they need to make strategic business choices. Primary problem I solve, I provide business owners with reliable, accurate financial data at their fingertips by setting them up on QuickBooks Online, allowing them to make timely, informed business decisions. What I do, I help clients select the most suitable QuickBooks Online package for their needs and provide ongoing support and training that builds confidence in data entry and management. I don't just teach the basics, I empower owners with QuickBooks skills that make financial management straightforward, helping them to gain full control over their finances. And just let's connect if you're ready to turn financial chaos into clarity and grow your business with confidence.
That's good. The one change I would make, the one thing I would add is I would sell QuickBooks a bit harder because you've been quite exclusionary.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
if you think about the big picture, the reality is most people are zero orientated in terms of software, maybe Sage. QuickBooks actually got a lot more of the market than you might think.
Yes.
Notwithstanding that, like you might be talking to somebody who doesn't really understand the difference and who doesn't need to understand the difference. Okay.
Okay.
And so suddenly you say, well, I'm the QuickBooks person, and so well, I'm zero, so no. Or what is QuickBooks? I don't know. So you kind of want to sell like why you do that. Why do I use QuickBooks? Because it's important in this case. Like if somebody's diehard zero, you're screwed anyway. Right? But if someone's on the fence or they're not sure, you've got to just give them that confidence. This is like your sales page, like you're answering that question, that objection. Why QuickBooks? Is this the right thing for me? You need to just find a couple of sentences in there just to sell that because you've been so exclusionary in what you've done.
Perfect. I'll add that.
But other than that, yeah, you guys have nailed the brief. It's flowing really, really nicely. So yeah, well done. All right. Okay, so while you were on, I quickly messaged my next client and bought a couple of minutes because you guys got so excited today. And now I need to ask you for one because I have to go to the toilet. I'm on a new eating plan, and so give me 2 minutes, and then I'll cover today's section. Be back in a second.
How's everybody's day been so far?
No, it's been okay. Hot. But I'll never complain about it.
Yeah, the weather in Joburg is getting a little unpredictable. It's been cold a couple of days and now it's hot, then rainy. Yikes.
Seems like Cape Town's moving closer and closer.
Pranita, would you mind sharing your contact details in the chat, please?
Stel, ons doen 1 keer 'n maand sales training. Ek sal vir julle weet wanneer die volgende een is.
Okay. Happy met dit.
Ja. So is 'n eendag kursus.
Nee, dis reg. Ek het al die hulp nodig wat ek kan kry.
Right, the dog has arrived. So okay, so let's talk about today's. Now, funny enough, most of you, truth be told, have covered this section today, but I'm going to run through it anyway. because it'll help you not just today, but in the broader scheme of things. So obviously one of the key questions that people have is like, okay, well, how do I know I can trust you, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about credibility builders, and there's quite a lot of them. So that's the question, right? Can you actually help me? So a lot of us are saying, okay, well, we do this. Now our story in many ways often incorporates why we can actually help them and the fact that we in fact can. But this is a question that you have to answer. So if you look at it and you haven't quite nailed it on its head, then this is what you need to do, right? The other question that they've got, other than can you help, is, well, can I trust you? Like that's obviously a big thing today in business as well. So how do I know that I can trust you and that you can in fact do the thing that you say that you can do? So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to give you a ton of different ideas. Right? You don't need to use them all. Oftentimes you only need one of them. Sometimes you'll use multiple of them, right? Because one of the best things that I think you can do, like if you had extra space on your profile, is build as much credibility as you possibly can, right? Because credibility obviously is the thing that drives sales. So let's have a look at some of the ways to do it. So a couple of questions you might ask yourself, right? The first one would be looking at your experience. So the experience, as I say, you want to list only the experience that you have relative to the issue that you are currently solving for your client. So when I say that, again, always think of your magic message or your headline, and everything that you're trying to do is not essentially trying to substantiate that. And as you're speaking to your client. So I might say, for example, I was involved in the accounting industry for 30 years, right? So if I make that statement, I probably don't need to say much else. But honestly, it's like, okay, if he's been there for 30 years, he probably knows what he's doing, right? I've been a financial director in both private and listed companies, and I was a partner in a small audit practice for 10 years. Now, if you're in the accounting space, you understand the significance of that. For the rest of you, it might just be a sentence. But as accountants come through and they qualify, some of them stay in practice. In other words, they create their own businesses. Others go and work for other people, or they start their own businesses, right? So being a financial director typically would entail working in the commercial space, whereas obviously running a practice is running it for yourself. And then in the commercial space, you have private companies and listed companies. And again, the role of an accountant is very different in both of those, right? So when I say that I've been in those and I was a partner in a small audit practice, I'm pretty much being quite inclusive, and my target market understands that. Okay, so again, I'm speaking to my target market, and it's very relevant to what I'm doing. So that's a great way to build credibility, because what I'm doing is I'm speaking their language. So other people might not get the nuances that I've just explained to you here, but if you're an accountant or someone in the space, you do, right? Very, very important. So that's one credibility builder, your experience, prior experience, all your experience to date. Then this is often an easy one, just the length of time you're in the industry, right? This is a great way to tell people that you've got experience without actually having to say so. Like if you've been in the industry for a long time, like you probably know some stuff. Okay, so again, this is a simple example. I was involved in the accounting industry for 30 years. Right, the implication to my prospects is that I've been in the industry for 30 years. I understand the industry. Right, you don't have to say a whole lot more. You see, this is almost like part of story, right? A lot of you would have included that and incorporated that into your story. But it's great because it's actually a credibility builder, and one little sentence just shuts all the questions down. Okay, I get it. Let's have a look at another one. Qualifications, right? So for professional people, this is a great way to do it. So formal study, right, is often followed by being able to list some sort of initials or credentials after one's name, like CASA for the chartered accountants, or CPA, the lawyers, the financial advisors. Anybody that's typically studied a 4-year degree and that has some regulatory body or somebody looking after them will be able to do so. And these tend to be recognized because they've been promoted by the bodies, right? So most people can build authority simply by stating their qualification, the number of years they've been involved in the industry. Honestly, I've used this with my clients so many times. So you'll see I say, as a chartered accountant, I've been involved in the industry for at least 20 years. I started my practice 15 years ago, and I've been helping small businesses within accounting and compliance ever since. Okay, so I just obviously made this up, but like literally it's like, hey, I'm a chartered accountant. I've been in the industry for 1 million years, and I've run my own business for like 500,000. Like, what more do you need to say, right? Everything that you need to say has been said in like one little sentence. So you can see it's very, very easy to create credibility without saying, hey, I know my stuff. You just give people that insight into your qualifications. So let me give you a couple of others. Because there's a lot of different ways to do this. So sometimes you might have won some awards, right? So particularly industry-specific awards or awards that are related to whatever it is that you're talking about doing. So the product or service that that you're offering, or maybe something to do with the niche that you're in. So anytime like you've been awarded an award, say so. It's like, why not, right? There's a reason you got an award, to work hard, something had happened. Let people know about that. The next thing is what I like to call key clients. So if in terms of the work that you're doing, you have been working with key clients that like other clients that, or other potential clients would look at and say, oh, wow, if he's worked with them. So like if I want to work with accountants and I say, well, I've worked with Deloitte or I've worked with PwC. People say, oh, well, geez, if he's worked with them, then he can certainly work with us, right? So we're kind of name dropping. And what we're doing is we're saying, well, listen, I'm good enough because Deloitte let me work with them. So you can see how by just saying that you're actually building massive credibility because it's real, right? And you're not having to beat your own chest. You just say, hey, I worked with Deloitte. It's like, what more do you need to know, right? So list the clients that you've worked with, right, in the same industry as your target market, because they, you know, this is that social proof. It's like, well, if you can help them, you can probably help me. And particularly if they're recognizable, right, and the type of a client or prospect that you have is very similar, so that they can recognize that you can help them because you help other people that are similar to them. The key, obviously, here being credibility is you typically only really want to list this if there is some credibility. So, you know, typically if they are well known or leaders in the space. Okay, so that's a big one. If you've got it, flaunt it. Again, any results you've achieved. So this is a bit like that testimonial story. Like if you're working with your clients and you achieve something amazing, like you're an accountant and you save somebody 100 grand a year. It's like, hey, I worked with this client, I saved them 100 grand a year. He's like, shit, I want to save 100 grand a year. Like I pay too much to SARS, right? A, it says you know what you're doing, and B, people want those results for themselves. So anytime you can show any type of good result for your clients, you know, say it. So remember, there's two ways to do this. The first is by getting a testimonial. So a testimonial is where somebody actually says something nice about you. So let's say somebody, it might be a written testimonial, or it might be a video testimonial. So you literally quote verbatim what they said. This person said this. That's generally not going to be disputed, and you can back that up, right? Only put the testimony if you can back it up. So you're saying, okay, this is what they said. Sometimes you did amazing work for somebody, you got great results, but they didn't actually give you a video interview or an actual written testimonial or something like that. It's okay, you can still use it. It's just called a case study now. So again, it has to be true, and if you get called on it, you must be able to produce the results. But you can say, hey, I worked with you don't even have to give the name, or you can. You say, I worked with John from XYZ company. John came to me. He was paying too much tax. We had a look at it. We structured his business. We got rid of 1 or 2 companies that we didn't need. And the end result was that we saved him 100 grand in tax for the last tax year. Okay, you can say that. John didn't have to say that. That's true. That's what happened. You worked with John. There's the story. Okay, so that's another way that you can talk about the results that you've achieved. For those of you that like to create and you get published, this is a great way to do it as well, because typically if you're getting published in any place of significance, it automatically builds credibility. Is because, oh, you must be reasonably good at what you do for the place where you publish to have published you. And again, you're looking for the recognition, right? So you can see here, there's lots of different places. So industry blogs, obviously websites and things. If you get onto a magazine, maybe you're featured on a podcast, maybe TED Talks. For some of us, we've authored books. All of those are examples of getting published, right? So anywhere where people can go and see you and they can actually see your work, you're off to the races as far as that's concerned. And then here again, pretty much very similar to the what I've just discussed with you. I've probably got a bit ahead of myself there talking about testimonials and case studies. But the key thing is that other people talk about you, right, rather than you doing it yourself. So like if you say it, you're a dick. Somebody else says it, it's cool. Like then it's awesome, you know. Then it's social proof. If you say stuff about yourself, that's not so cool. So there's lots of different ways, right? Have a go, see what you can do, find as much of the credibility as you need. And for some of us, the more credibility we put down, the better. So like depending on your story, think about it. If you're going to make a sale, what's the thing that's going to make the sale more than anything else? Is like this stuff, the credibility stuff. So the more credibility you can put on there, if any of these things apply, like if you got it, flaunt it, man. This stuff moves the needle for sales more than anything else. Right. So homework for today. Oh, and remind me, please. I need to actually put it into the. I need to put it in the chat for you. I'll do that in just a second. Right. So again, as you can see, list your prior experience relevant to what you've done. We've chatted about that. List relevant awards you've won. List professional qualifications, right? That support you if you've got them. Like if this stuff doesn't apply, ignore it. Like you actually really only need one, right? You got to have one, but the more you've got, the better. Which notable clients have you worked with? List the significant places that you've been published. If you have, how long have you been involved in your current industry, and do you have any key clients with testimonials or case studies? Here's an example of mine. So if you look at this, I really did play on this, and so when I wrote this particular one, I've got a lot of focus, obviously, on accountants and financial advisors. If you go look at my profile, I think it's still the same. I don't think I've changed this since. And so when I'm reaching out here, obviously I'm talking to the financial advisors, right? So I've worked with financial advisors from all of these institutions, so I can say that, right? So if you're a financial advisor, these are all big players, like, you know, that box is ticked. Then in terms of some of the places that I've been published, obviously Amazon because of my book, some of the accounting magazines and the accounting CPD institutions. Obviously we've got a lot of the accreditations, etc. Southern Institute of Chartered Accountants, etc. And then similar for the financial advisors, right? The Financial Planning Institute. Citywise is, for those of you that don't know, is one of the big publications for the financial planners, and then obviously 702 everybody knows. So you can see I'm really playing on the credibility here, because this is quick and easy to see, and you know, it's like it's got the wow factor. And then I even throw in a few testimonials, you know, in terms of what people have said. First month and a half using the system, I generated 12 meetings and signed 3 clients. Right? Like that's quite exciting for people that want to generate leads. Right? It's not a guessing game anymore. I know exactly who I'm looking for and what I'm going to propose to them. So literally, this space is open to you. Like you can literally put anything down that you want. My advice to you is, space permitting, as much of this stuff as you can. If you have credibility builders, just ram them in there. And I think that should be that. So while I ask you if you have any questions, I will hopefully go and find the download.
James, can you please also share the link to the previous recordings?
Yeah, I can never remember the thing. Hang on, I'm gonna find a few. You think I would actually save it, eh? Actually, maybe I did save it. I think I might actually.
I also thought I saved it. That's why I can't. I'm asking now.
Hang on, I might actually. Sense might have come across my head. Hang on a second. It also might not have. Does anyone have the link? I was asked this.
I've got it. I've posted it.
All right. Hang on, I should actually click the button, then you'll actually get it. All right, thank you. There is the link. Sorry, I've got two, so I get a bit confused because I've got two of these sessions. But let me just make sure that it's working. Yeah, it is. So I think we're up to date up until last week. So I'll stick this one on as well. And you'll have this for probably get it up sometime tonight. All right. As I do have a couple of minutes, any questions?
Under credibility, do we have to, I mean, how much do we add? I've been in the same industry, but I've worked for various different people.
So you're gonna
None of them are well known.
No, then you're not gonna put it in, right? The credibility must move the needle, right? So,
Okay.
the time where you're gonna stack it like I did was where it's very significant, and people are gonna look at it, and there's some real you're living off someone else's authority almost. Yeah, that's sort of the time when it makes sense. If not, then you know, saying something like, look, I've been in the industry for you know, for 30 years, that could be credibility enough. Anything else you can add it in. People just need to know that you know your stuff. So going back to the slide is like, can you help me? And you know, how do I know that you can actually help me? Can I trust you? Like, if you can answer those questions, and that tends to be what credibility does. For a lot of us, by the way, case studies and testimonials are awesome. Like, if you got any of those, if clients have said cool stuff, and if they haven't, phone them up and ask them for cool stuff. So something I often do, and I'm probably going to do it with all of you at the end of this, is I'm going to ask you to have a Zoom meeting with me. We're just going to chat. I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, and the questions are going to be geared around what we did, and I'm going to take the best bits and I say, okay, this is what we did, this is what the program is, we'll put them together, and then next lot saying, well, look, this is what the last bunch of people said. So that's like a really good way to do it. So like I've done that a lot with the testimonials that I get, as I'll interview people, we'll have a little bit of a chat. They know up front, I even share the questions that I'm going to ask before I do it with people, and then we just have a chat, and then like I just break it into smaller snippets, and I take what I need, and off I go. So there's a lot of ways to do it. So if you're looking for some stuff, that would be the best use of your time for credibility. It would be testimonials and case studies.
Okay, I think I've done testimonial, and then some people are from Upwork left comments in there.
Yeah, so if they're good testimonials, then by all means grab them, stick them on. You'll see when we get the experience section, I'll show you other ways to do it. So if you've got 100 testimonials, great. I'll show you how to use them. Like, bring them all. Okay, we will use them all.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right. So are we all good?
Good.
All right.
Go enjoy that puppy.
Great,
I've got another session now, so I've got one more, then I can enjoy the puppy. But I will. All right, guys. Any thanks? We'll see you next week.
Thanks, James. Thanks,
Right.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.